like to thank all of you, including our employees, for coming here today to share in the announcement that is going to be so impactful for our community, the upstate, and of course the state of South Carolina. To start the exciting announcement, I'd like to first introduce Pete Selig, Chairman and President of Michelin North America.
Well, good morning. It's great to be here, and I'd like to thank John, first of all, and the team for having shut down the operations. I mean, normally this place is going full speed all the time because we're selling a lot of tires and we need this rubber all the time, but we chose today to shut it down for a few moments and allow everyone to come inside to where we felt was the perfect place to make this announcement. So John, thank you so much for doing that. I'd also like to thank some other people that are present with us today who have made today possible. First, Bob Marriott from the State Department of Commerce. Thank you so much for all the good work that you do. Next, Burris Nelson from the Anderson Economic Development Office. Thank you so much, Burris. Third, Tri-County Tech, who does such a great job in training and developing our people. A great partnership that we have with you. Thank you, Mike. Duke Power, who we use a lot of power in this facility, and they certainly work very well with us to provide reliable, efficient, economically good power for this facility. And certainly the Anderson County Council, thank you for all the tremendous work that you've done. And in particular, I'd like to shout out to the chairman, Francis Crowder, whose leadership has been just crucial to all the great things that we have seen develop in Anderson County. So thank you, Chairman Crowder, for the work that you've done. I'd also, last but not least, like to recognize all of the people that you see standing around. Now many of them are in the very elegant blue coveralls, the very stylish coveralls, but also some people have come in after having worked all night and getting off at 7:30. They went home and slept for an hour or two, and they've come back in just to be here for this announcement. So if everyone that works here at USA, if you could raise your hands so we can recognize you. Certainly our employees are the real competitive advantage for our company, and it's their work that they've done over the years in converting the previous investments that we've made at this site into very productive output that the company needs that gives us the confidence to make this investment that we're going to be announcing today. It's a zero risk for the company because of our people. This facility is one that produces a significant supply of rubber. You see the rubber stacked all around us that we use to build tires in all of our tire producing plants all across North America. This is where the first building blocks of high quality tires begin. And if we don't get it right at this stage of production, then we won't get it right at all. Thankfully, I can tell you that we're here, and that at all of our rubber compounding facilities, as well as the one in Sandy Springs that was mentioned earlier by John, we take the process of making the highest quality rubber product very, very seriously. What you see here will soon become the quality tires that people expect from Michelin, whether they're buying them for their passenger cars, for big rig trucking, for off-roading, for constructing, for farming, or for mining. All of those journeys start right here. As many of you know, Michelin planted our roots here in South Carolina 40 years ago, laying the groundwork for a dynamic, high-tech manufacturing economy in the upstate. Today, our state, the state of South Carolina, is the largest exporter of motor vehicles and of tires in the nation. And this year, in 2013, we will become the largest tire-producing state in the nation. It's remarkable. It's remarkable. Michelin once again gave a vote of confidence to South Carolina manufacturing when we announced a major expansion last April at our Lexington, South Carolina earth mover tire facility, and we announced the addition of our 19th manufacturing plant here in North America that you may have noticed as you drove into the site. You noticed all those big cranes? Boy, that's a sight for sore eyes. It's really wonderful. I'm proud to report that we're making great progress in the construction of the new plant that we call US 10, and we're expecting the first large earth mover tire to be produced right at the end of this year. So they're on schedule, doing very well. Well, today we have some more news to announce. News of a major expansion of this US 8 facility that will take place just a few yards from where you entered in earlier today. This expansion represents a $200 million investment in Anderson County, an investment that will create at least 100 manufacturing jobs. The additional rubber compound to be produced here will allow Michelin to keep up with customer demand to make more tires of every kind, of every size, at every tire manufacturing facility here in North America. With today's announcement, Michelin has now committed major capital investments that we've announced over the last 21 months in the amount of $1.15 billion and the creation of more than 870 jobs in the state of South Carolina. Michelin is investing at a rate that we've never invested at before. We're building new plants in China, in India, in Brazil. Last week we announced a major expansion of our truck tire facility in Nova Scotia, Canada, and we're investing in the United States here in Anderson County. The expansion of US 8 is a significant one in the world of Michelin manufacturing. In fact, when operations begin, this facility will be the third largest rubber producing facility in the Michelin world. And by the way, the largest rubber producing facility is also here in Anderson County, just down the road in Sandy Springs. So Anderson County will really be known as earth mover tires and making lots of rubber. Very, very exciting. Of course, all of us at Michelin, especially those of us like me who call this region home, are extremely proud that Michelin North America and our parent company have once again selected the upstate to make a major investment. There is no doubt that this is a great tribute to the productivity, skill, and dedication of our wonderful employees and the fine work of so many other people that work here in Anderson County who have made this all possible. Now, as you might expect, a global company like Michelin considers a lot of factors in where it's going to make its significant investments. But again, in looking at all those factors, we come back to Anderson County 38 years after we made our first investment here in Sandy Springs. In the end, the decision of where you place this sort of investment is a difficult one because the company is taking a certain level of risk. But we know by putting this investment here in Anderson County, by putting it in all of your hands, and particularly in the hands of our employees, that we're really taking no risk at all. We're very, very excited about the future. This is another major step in the development of Michelin North America, and I want to thank you all for being here today.
You know, this truly is a great day for us here who have a passion for calling for the incredible effort that goes into creating what you see stacked around you in front of you this morning. It's understandable that few people really appreciate or understand this stage in the creation of a tire. It's easy to assume that it's basic, maybe even simple, that happens before the tire building work takes place. I can assure you that it's not. And the people you see here this morning, and all of our employees involved in the rubber compounding portion of our business, have a challenging and vital role in the overall tire building process. And here at Star, we do it extremely well. This facility opened 12 years ago, and over that time, it has maintained what we call an operational excellence that is among the best in the Michelin Group. As Pete said, there's a reason why we're coming here for this announcement this morning, and this plant's excellent track record is the reason for it. You have to remember that at Michelin, rubber runs through our veins, and this is the place where the fun begins. Rubber compounding is a mix of science, alchemy, skill, and advanced rubber production process. The goal is to create a rubber compound that is combined in such a way that the resulting tire on your car achieves different performance characteristics. So, depending upon whether the tire is intended for optimized sports performance, wet handling, dry traction, or lower rolling resistance, and always more environmentally friendly. The right recipe for this outcome involves carefully combining multiple ingredients, including different types of rubber and other components, and doing it in a way, exacting way in the process, in the right order, and at the right temperature and pressure. To me, this is a fascinating process, and I'm sure for many in this community, it is well known that the business of making rubber is serious stuff. As Pete said, when this expansion is completed, this facility will become the third largest rubber compounding plant in the Michelin Group. In 1975, just down the road in Sandy Springs, our US 2 facility supplied our first tire producing plant in Greenville with the material to produce the first US manufactured radial tire. Our Anderson County plants will allow us to keep pace with the steady increase in the demand for all types of tires in North America and the increased complexity of our tire characteristics. This operating excellence that I talked about and efficiency here will remain a strategic asset for us. You know, in a matter of days, this pallet of rubber, what we call wigwag, will travel to one of our plants in North America, where it will be shaped, processed, and cured into a round, black, technological work of art and engineering from Michelin. But despite all of the highest quality raw materials and most innovative and complex compounds that we mix here, we would not have the product you see without the skill, ingenuity, dedication, and engagement of our employees here at Star. And we must also not forget the people and the leaders of Anderson County who have been important partners throughout Michelin's history in this area. Thank you very much. As Pete said, it's due to all of you why we're making this announcement here today in Star. It's an exciting day for Michelin in North America, and we're proud to call Anderson County our epicenter of rubber compounding. Thank you very much.
I could claim all that fame, but that is not true, as you will soon know as I make my presentation. I can truly say this is another great day in Anderson, South Carolina. The people of the county appreciate you so much, Chairman and Vice President. I'm almost lost for words. My wife says, you need to write down what you're going to say. But I said, honey, I want to say what I want to say from my heart. Okay? Looking back at what happened in Anderson County 38 years ago, Michelin made an investment. I do not know the movers and players that made that decision, but they became the foundation and the catalyst for the growth that Michelin has expressed confidence in this county even till today. And so whomever those people were historically, I want to say thank you for doing whatever you did to make the first plant come to Anderson. Now, I still echo in the back of my mind the comments that you, Chairman, made when you had the opening for what I call lovingly the big tire plant, okay, because it is big. And you said unequivocally that you could have built that facility anywhere in the world, anywhere in the nation, anywhere in the state, but you chose, or your team chose with you, Anderson County. And we thank you for that. And this is just a continuation of your commitment to Anderson County and I assure you our commitment to you, because it is not council that does all the work that makes a winning partnership to attract new industry. It's a combination of the citizens of Anderson County and the hard workers that work in this facility that make things happen. And so today I want to give them credit for their part in creating the business environment to attract a world-class business like yours. You know, the only thing that I wish would happen, that I know never will, would be to move your North American headquarters from Greenville to Addison. Just think, you would have the lake. You could go fishing early, I'm kidding. Many people have been movers and shakers behind the scene to create a pro-business environment that we have here, such as the city, such as Innovate Anderson, such as Upstate Alliance, such as many other the Chamber of Commerce. There are many people behind Burris Nelson, Rusty Burns, such as the legislative delegation, who provide those incentives that we may not be able to offer. And we know that to have a win like this, it requires all of us working together to focus all of our community energies to make you say Anderson is the place to be. And so a challenge to us today, I'm talking about us in Anderson County, is what can we do to entice you to think about your next plant to be located in Anderson, South Carolina. Because we want to not only have number 1 and 3, we might like to have 1, 2, and 3 at rubber manufacturing. I'm kidding. No, I'm not really. But thank you for your commitment to our community. We know you're a world-class organization. My family has ridden on Michelin tires for over 30 years. In fact, when I went to the dealer to have my maintenance 2 weeks ago, he said, Mr. Crowder, it's not going to be too many more months before your wife is going to need 2 new tires. And I said, well, what tires do you recommend? Well, they didn't recommend your brand. And I told them, I said, you got to remember, when I bought my car for my wife from you, it came in with brand X. And I told you before I would even accept it, you had to put Michelin tires on it. And they put Michelin tires on it. And then we accepted and I wrote the check. And so I'm committed to your company, but I'm just a little bitty buyer of your product. And we thank the world for selecting Michelin products to ride on. Thank you again.